It was in front of everyone, and I felt terrible. Um, I felt like a failure. I felt like I felt so embarrassed. I felt like I didn't deserve to be a professional. Hey everyone, I'm Deanna Corby with Deanna Corby Dressage. I'm a dressage trainer, instructor, competition judge, and USDF bronze medalist. Thanks so much for joining me today. And if it is your first day here, be sure to look just below this video and you will see a red subscribe button. Click that button and you will be subscribed to see new content every Tuesday and Thursday. So today I am going to share a little story with you, and I'm about to get really deep. So hold on tight. All right. So I want to tell you all about my experience with horse shows. I've never had a good relationship with horse shows. I used to have a terrible fear of forgetting my pants. I was trailering my horse and just gripping the steering wheel the whole time, driving my horse and just a nervous wreck the whole time, white knuckling it. Spending the whole weekend in the porta potty, getting sick physically, just throwing up and everything else. Yeah, ever since I started showing at age 8, when I first fell off at my first show at age 8, I have not had a good relationship with horse shows. And that might be surprising to you because I'm an actual competition judge, and you would think that I would like competing. But yeah, my whole life I have had some serious issues that I've kind of hidden from everyone else about my thoughts on horse shows, and not just riding in front of the judge, but the whole weekend, the whole everything, the packing, the driving, the setting up, the new place, the unfamiliarity, everything. I just hated everything. So anyway, 3 years ago, I brought my little baby horse, Roman, to his, first recognized show where he was actually going to compete. He had just turned 5. I had showed him at schooling shows, and I brought him or traveled with him a lot. I even had him as a guest horse at a recognized show before when he was very young, and schooled him there and everything. But I brought him and him alone to a recognized show with the intention of competing for his first time when he had just turned 5. We were going to do first level test 3, and I was running late to meet my coach on Friday, the day before the competition, and I was rushed, and I got on Roman and went to the schooling area, and Roman just couldn't handle it, and he blew up in his baby-like self, and I fell off, and it was in front of everyone, and I felt terrible. I felt like a failure. I felt like I felt so embarrassed. I felt like I didn't deserve to be a professional. I felt like I didn't deserve to be there. I felt like a phony. I was so devastated. In that moment, I hated myself. I was just beyond embarrassed and humiliated. And we ended up competing that weekend, and actually the first day, so this is Saturday, I actually fell off again. So I fell off twice that weekend. I still competed and still got in the mid 60s and did pretty well considering all of that. But on the inside, I felt horrible. And that weekend kind of led me down a path of self-doubt and pessimism, and just I didn't have very much confidence in both my job, working with the horses and training people and whatnot, and therefore in my life. And after a year ago, I had an ectopic pregnancy where I had a very near-death experience. And when that added on, I went down a path of depression, and with the traumatic experience of almost dying, I went through some PTSD. And anyway, I was kind of at a low point. I just didn't have a lot of self-worth. And if you know anything about the industry, the horse world, you need to have confidence. Your horse feels that, your students feel that, others around you feel that. It comes out in your riding if you lack confidence in yourself in any way. But yeah, I didn't have much confidence, and I felt just like I was a big fat fake. I felt like I was just faking it, that I didn't deserve, to what I had or where I was as a professional. And anyway, I about a year ago, I decided that I wanted to make a change. I wanted to have more confidence. I wanted to be a better rider, a better trainer, and a better companion for my horse. That at that show, that I felt like he didn't trust me. I felt like he didn't love me somehow because I fell off. I wanted things to get better. So what I did is I spent some serious time outside my comfort zone. I met new people. I learned from new mentors. I got a new trainer. I read new books. I started to talk to myself differently. I no longer talked about myself like I was bad at something, like I was bad at competing, like I was not very good at whatever, like I was, in a negative way. I stopped that, because what you say, I learned, what you say, it becomes your reality. So even though I might not have felt it in my bones yet, I talked to myself in a more kind way. And I said it over and over and over again. And I wrote down goals. I wrote down a specific roadmap on how to achieve those goals. I wrote down little quotes to myself, inspiring quotes. And I reread those goals and those quotes, and I wrote down good things that happened week by week in detail, month by month in detail, my favorite experiences. And I reread those things whenever I was feeling low or whenever I just wanted to see my progress. So as I'm going down this path, I decided to take Roman back to that same show, the same venue. I wanted to do the same test. This is 3 years later. And I wanted to have a completely different experience. I wasn't trying to, qualify for regionals. I wasn't trying to, get scores to become a judge or a medal or something like that. I just plain and simple wanted to have a good experience with my horse. I wanted him to trust me. I wanted to trust myself. I wanted to love myself again and to believe in myself. So I'm going down this path of, positive self-talk and meditation and, all these new things that I'm doing and wanting to have a different relationship with horse shows that I've struggled so long with. So I take Roman back to the same show and to do the same test. And I arrive early. Unlike other times where I was late, I changed it all. And so on Friday when we were schooling, I was talking to myself in a different way. I was repeating my mantra and talking to myself in a positive way. And we had a great ride. We had a great schooling session with my trainer for the show on the next day. And so here we are on the next day of the show, and we're doing the same test at the same venue. And I'm really thrilled to say that we achieved our goals, my goal of having a fun, relaxing, positive experience. And I cannot tell you what that meant to me. I mean, to overcome something in your head that you're kind of hiding, and to come out on the other side of it, it makes you feel like a different person. It made me feel like I was worth a damn, I guess, after feeling, those years ago so humiliated and worthless. I was confident, and for the first time, I had fun at the horse show. Honestly, I had fun. And that's pretty wild for me to even think about that after all these years and sort of dreading shows and everything. But Roman and I did really well. We got first place at that show on both days. Our highest score ever at a recognized show. My highest score and his highest score, I guess, at a recognized show ever. And I finally broke into the 70% club, which was really neat. But regardless, even if we hadn't gotten high scores, the fact that I felt confident and changed my mindset, and I had the tools to change my mindset. I had the tools to calm the squirrels in my head, was monumental for me. So anyway, I just wanted to share that experience with you guys, because I left the show and the show arena in tears, in happy tears. And I hugged my trainer. I had chills all over my body when I was coming down the center line to finish my test. And I had the most genuine smile on my face. Anyway, I just wanted to share that story with you guys. And I think that a lot of us struggle with something in our lives, whether it be with horses or self-doubt or self-worth and needing motivation or inspiration in some way. I know that everyone struggles with something like that. And I just wanted to share my experience about it and how I changed things. And believe me, I still have a long way to go, and I'm going to keep working at it. But anyway, I wanted to share my experience, and hopefully it will help someone else. Just because you're a professional doesn't mean that you don't have a bad day. Just because you did well in the past doesn't mean that if you mess up, you're not worth a damn. Everyone makes a mistake. Everyone has a lack of self-confidence from time to time. And you can't really judge your own self-worth based off of what you see other people share on social media and think that that's reality. Because social media is sort of fake, basically. People share the end result of years and years of struggle, but they don't see the behind the scenes stuff on social media. So comparison is out there, and it's real, and it's what we see every day, especially on social media. And it can make you feel like crap. And then if you have a bad experience, you just feel even worse. So anyway, that's my experience. If you've had an experience like that, I'd love to hear about it in the comments section. I think that we can all sort of band together and help each other and lift each other up and support each other. The equestrian community is a can be a wonderful community, can also be a terrible community. But I know that there are some really wonderful horse lovers out there. And I think that helping others move through the hard times, and if we can band together like that, we can all move forward together. And anyway, I'd love to hear from you guys if you have a similar experience. And so leave your story in the comments section below. And if you like this video, be sure to click the thumbs up and be sure and share it if you think anyone else would benefit from my story. And don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.